Now that we know that we can use a Boolean to represent the check state of this checkbox, let's modify the order summary so that it reflects whether or not we want the whipped cream topping. If I say that I want the whipped cream topping and then I click on the order button, then it should add a line to the order summary that says whether or not I want that topping. It says true if I check the box to add the topping, and if I uncheck the box and then click on order, then it should say false. Android already handles checking this box, and we already have code in our app to handle clicking on the order button to create an initial order summary. The part that's left for us to implement is adding this line of text here that says add whipped cream, and we need to put in the right value based on whether this box is checked or not. Before we start diving into the code, let's think about the pseudocode first to help solidify the main ideas of what we want our code to do. When the order button is clicked, we should do these steps. The first step is to get the checked state from the checkbox and then store it in a variable. So that's this checked state. Once the Android device knows if this is checked or not, then we can pass this information into the order summary method, the method that creates this text. As the third step, we can change this text to include this line here about whether the whipped cream topping should be added or not. There are a couple of steps along the way. To make sure that you're on the right path, you can actually log this variable value here to make sure that it reflects the actual checked state. We introduced logging earlier, but here's another example for you. You can write log.v and then use the class name, which is main activity, comma, and then put in a string message that you want to print out to the logs. By printing out the price here, we're verifying that after step 1, the calculate price method does return the expected price. When you run the app on your device, you should be able to check the logs using this tab to see this message. I use the technique of logging messages often when there's a problem and I'm not sure which line of code has the problem. And then after I figure out the problem and everything works as expected, then I just delete the log message. So temporarily, if you want to add a log message to print out the checked state, you can. The reason why I delete log messages after I don't need them anymore is because the log is a limited length. If you fill it with a bunch of unnecessary messages, then it will cause the important messages and errors to disappear sooner. Once the checked state information is showing up in the order summary on the device, then you really don't need the log messages anymore. When you're done, check this box to continue.